Hello guys and girls, this is Glenn once again, here with another jump rope tutorial. Today we're going to look at how to do the crossover backwards. So this is another in the little series of videos in which we're looking at how to jump rope backwards. There really isn't much to it. Once you can do the crossover forwards, there are two tweaks you need to make to be able to do it backwards without whipping yourself all the time, because nobody wants that. Speaking of which, one thing I've got to mention first is that with any technique in which you're jumping rope backwards, you are more likely to hit yourself, unfortunately, which is less incentive to try again, because you know you don't want to keep whipping yourself.
So the bullwhip makes a loud whip noise. They just
I know for a fact, in fact, you know what, if you know what I'm talking about, comment down below. I want to see, I want to know exactly how many of you have experienced this too. But the reason for that is because as you cross the rope, you're effectively shortening the rope, so you're giving yourself less room to jump through, right? So that firstly means you're more likely to mess up because you have less room to work with. Start slowly, because a slow whip to the chest is less painful than a hard whip to the chest, a hard and fast whip to the chest. So start slowly, go through the motions carefully, make sure you're observing all the right technical aspects of it, make sure you're observing all the right steps, which I'm going to go through here. Okay, so first thing you want to do is get into the motion of it. So you want to simulate the crossover technique. The way I always tell people to do this is to start swinging the rope in one hand. I call it a sword swing because, you know, it's kind of like a sword. Start swinging the rope in one hand. Use both hands though. You've got the rope in one hand, but you are to use both hands to simulate the motion. The purpose of this is to build the muscle memory without whipping yourself. So it's really good to start off with this for learning this technique in particular and various other techniques. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. There's a flick that you do towards the body as you cross the rope in front of you. Now, the reason for this flick is that you need more momentum to do a crossover backwards than you do to do a crossover forwards. And look at that beautiful sunshine. It's a rarity in November in London to have this, so I'm just going to admire it for a second or two. Okay, so when you're doing a crossover forwards, you've got the rope rotating and you wait for the rope to get in front of you before you cross the arms. However, if you're doing the crossover backwards, you have to cross the arms in front of you all the same, but that rope needs to go over your head behind you and pass underneath the feet. So you need some momentum to carry that rope over, okay? So you're gonna have to flick the hands as you cross them in front of you to give it that extra momentum to come around the body. The slightly trickier part is that you're probably going to be confused about when to jump, okay, because you're used to crossing and then jumping immediately afterwards, but because that rope is taking slightly longer to make its path around underneath the feet because it's going backwards, if you look closely, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take another step before that rope comes round. So it's almost like you're taking 2 steps for a crossover backwards, whereas you're only taking 1 step for a crossover forwards. Those are the 2 key distinctions. The flick of the wrist to gain that momentum and that extra step. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to it. Once you've mastered that crossover forwards, it's pretty simple to get the crossover backwards if you just practice those 2 steps. One thing I definitely know for a fact, and this I'll put out as a warning, it happens to me all the time, is that we tend to get comfortable doing the things that we're good at. So once you've learned this super cool technique with your stronger hand, in my case the right hand, you might want to get comfortable and settle and continue repeating that. It's all about balance, okay? With RopeRage training, it's always been about balance. It's a mindset we want to bring to our training. You want to become a more well-rounded athlete. You want to train both hemispheres of the brain. You want to develop aspects of yourself that were underdeveloped prior. So once you've mastered it on your stronger hand, there's no reason why you can't do it on your weaker hand. It sucks to learn. It takes more time. It takes a bit more pain. You might whip yourself a few more times, but the payoff is so great in the end. The feeling of having such a command of the rope that you can do maneuvers with the right and do maneuvers with the left, and you're not restricted to only being able to do things on one side, is something else. And you can all do it. If you can do it with your right hand, you simply have to follow the same steps to do it with your left hand. This is the key. This is why it's always good for us to go through the foundations of every technique first and build upwards. Once you understand how things work from the ground up, you're able to use that to build up on weaker areas, okay? So you work with the stronger hand first and then develop the weaker hand. Don't leave the weaker hand behind. Your stronger hand needs to, bring him along. That's enough rambling from me. I appreciate you once again taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful, please do hit that like button. If there's anything in particular that you found helpful, or there are any particular videos you want to see in future, feel free to comment them down below. I'd love to have a chat with you guys. It's something that adds a bit of brightness to my day, each and every day. So I appreciate it a lot. Go ahead and subscribe. There are going to be a lot more videos like these coming out, and if you wish to see more of them, you do well to subscribe. I appreciate you taking the time once again. All the best with your training, and stay raging. Okay, that's it. Super quick one today, as promised, as the sun beams down on me once again. The sun is shining on me.
The sun is shining on me. The sun is shining on me. It's hot. The sun is shining on you, boy.